I'm Richard Lewis, reporting for Carrot.org. I'm here with another UK team that have been involved in some epic fixtures so far. It's Rasta, not XD, just Rasta. We've got Cause and Naden here. I'll quickly scooch over to you. You sat quite far away there. I get the impression you guys don't like me very much anymore. But, so, last night was a bit of a late one. Yeah. First we were involved in a 16-14 with LDLC. Talk me through that game. I mean, did you think you were going to beat the French?
We did kind of, we thought we had a chance. I mean, it was 16-14, it was a close game, and I think we should have beaten them, but there was like, just a few little things. I mean, if we were a team and we practiced for a while, we would have beaten them, I reckon.
I mean, do you kind of surprised that the levels of individual skill were quite evenly matched, or did you expect that to be the case?
I mean, we haven't played them for a while, like we haven't played these teams for a while, so I didn't know what to expect, but once we played them, we didn't really, like, we thought we could have beaten them. I mean, the individual skill was there. It was just some team rounds, like communication, that's what let us down, and we're going to try and concentrate on that today a lot more.
Yeah, well, when we found out it was Contra, it was like a big plus for us. We were all pretty good on it, so we thought we had a better chance. So we were a bit disappointed that we didn't get a win out of it, but you know, we played our best. They were the better team.
And then you followed that up with another epic against CK Ras. I mean, what's your take on that game? Because it was going on about 3 or 4 in the morning. It was crazy. I'll be honest, I actually went to bed. I didn't have the stamina. I'm just, you know, I'm too old now. But you know, I mean, again, they're a big team. They're seeded 3rd. Do you feel maybe that you know you could have beaten them, should have beaten them?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
you go ahead.
We went into that game like we deserved to play them. Like we're equally as good as them. We thought. We played as well as we could. Like, and it was a close game, a few silly rounds, but I thought it was really evenly matched, and we just played like as well as we could.
I mean, the score's like 19-17 and 16-14. I mean, if you watch the game, you see the rounds we lost were rounds which we should have won, and we could have won. And if we won those key rounds, then we would have won the game. But they just went against us. And they've been a team for a long time, I think, and they've obviously practiced a lot. And we've just had Eamon come in as a standing player on the last day. And I mean, if we had practice, if we prepared for this event, I don't know, we could have easily beaten them.
You mentioned Eamon coming in as a stand-in. I'm going to kind of stray into some territory here, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody. I was of the mindset that, you know, as much as I rate Des, I think he's a different kind of player to Eamon. And I think with Eamon's experience, you know, I think you were getting a better option, if you like, for a European LAN, given that he's sort of been around the block a bit more than Des has. I don't know what your thoughts about that were. I mean, first of all, I guess the question would be, was Cause the first choice for a standing?
I mean, I was at work on the actual day it happened, so I just got a text message from Jake saying, "Let's go." I thought it was a Jake bait, you know, just
a bit of a wind up.
Oh, sure. Then Josh texted me, I knew it was serious then, so I don't know, I just said, you guys decide who you can take, because I was at work, I was so busy, so I couldn't really decide. But they're two very different players. I mean, Eamon has a lot of experience and communication's a lot better with him. And Des is more of a, I mean, Eamon hasn't played that much, but he like you said, he brings a different to our team.
And you know, you've been again another one of these players in semi-retirement. You decided to come back. I mean, was it just a chance to come to Sweden with some friends, or I mean, is this going to be sort of inroad back to returning to the game for you?
Oh, I doubt it's going to be an inroad for me to return. I just don't have the time at university. But when they called me, I was really eager to help them out. Like, they're all good friends. I really wanted to come out here, and I just really enjoyed playing with them. Like, there's always going to be me coming. I really want to go as well.
And we knew we could rely on him. To be fair, like he's a solid guy who would cover our backs. So it was.
If anything was to happen and you were to win, that wouldn't change, right?
I don't know. Let's win first, and then we'll see.
Another question I think is interesting is that Rasta have always been. I mean, for starters, I've always said to them they've got to change that name. I was saying that back in like 2005. You know, it's like if they were a team made of Rastafarians, I mean, I guess, but I think they've got maybe one, and I think that's Damage with a wig. I don't know, but anyway, you know, they've been around the block, and this is the first time they've really had a big team. I think with big names from the UK coming out to a European event and competing. You gave them their first ever CSS LAN win at Epic LAN 5. I mean, are you kind of conscious of how important it is to the Rasta community to actually be in a position now to be competing with the elite teams of Europe?
I mean, like you just said, Rasta haven't really had a team like us before. So once we won that LAN, they were so happy. Like the managers, you could see if you were there, you were there. But
I was
yeah, exactly.
in the shadows.
They were happy, and we were happy as well to win because it's a good thing to do for an organisation. So now people are not going to see Rasta as just a community team. They're going to start seeing them as a team who can actually compete, with the big dogs.
And you think that there's a long-term future for this team with Rasta? Because again, the results that you're getting right now, I mean, it's not inconceivable that people would be putting you as a serious UK team, perhaps above other bigger names that out there, perhaps even Frag Masters at the moment who are struggling to get 5 together. I mean, do you feel like Rasta is your home?
I mean, yeah, with a small change there, change of names, yeah. And, yeah, I mean, we're happy with the Rasta. The guys are so good. I mean, yeah, only good stuff about Rasta.
What do you think about the UK team Epsilon as well? I think this is, and I guess I could ask about MTW, they're kind of UK team now as well. The UK scene has kind of really gone to shit, the last sort of year or so. But here we've got a really strong showing. I mean, would you expect to see, the UK team at the top? And who do you think is the best of British, yourselves included?
It's got to be Epsilon, I think. I think they're the strongest, experience-wise, individually. I think they're a really, really class team. Like, they're easily top 3 Europe, I'd say. I can see them going on to win this event, in my opinion. I think they're a really good team. If they're playing really well, all of them, I don't see as many teams stopping them.
Yeah, if you look at their players, I mean, just Rasta Xd, Wes, Henry G, that's it. They're just top players. I mean, and they've practiced a lot for this LAN, so they're prepared. So, I mean, they should do pretty well.
How do you think you would do if you were to meet them?
Depends on what map. Depends on how they start. Depends on so much.
Contra.
Yeah, Contra. Yeah. I don't know. I think it'll be an okay game to watch.
What about teams outside of the UK? I mean, again, I suppose we can sort of pretend MTW are German at the moment. I mean, I thought this was kind of their event to lose, but based on what I've seen so far, some of the teams like yourselves and like Epsilon have really surprised me, and I don't think they're going to have such an easy time of it. Do you think MTW are still likely to win this LAN, or do you not have that feeling?
I think it's between a few teams. MTW are strong, and so are Epsilon. I'm not sure who else really could challenge.
I think
Reason are actually quite strong, yeah. But those two teams are definitely the top. But I think Epsilon would beat MTW if they played them.
They've got the right kind of players for that kind of game, I think. Experience-wise, not so much experience, but just in that kind of game, I'd bang Epsilon to win.
And a final question, what's next on the agenda for Rasta after this? This is going to be a big event. I imagine, having come from one LAN that you've won and you've done really well out here in Sweden, you're going to be wanting to get to another LAN pretty soon. Which one do you think it's going to be?
Well, first of all, for me, I'm going to go home, get a new internet, a new computer, and one of these monitors because they're so sick.
Yeah.
But I mean, the next event I think is iSeries in like a month. When is it?
Well, there's Max LAN in France, which I mean, you might.
How far is that away?
Don't ask me. My geography's garbage. So I just get flown to these places. But you've got Max LAN, and then after Max, that's in 2 weeks, and then after Max LAN. I think Copenhagen Games and iSeries might be clashing.
Yeah.
So you've got the chance of £20,000 to win in Copenhagen, or you can pay £20,000 to play iSeries. I'm just kidding, multiplayer. So which one do you think you'd go for?
I think we'll probably go to iSeries, to be fair. And Max LAN is a bit too close. I mean, it's only 2 weeks away. So once we get back, and it's a lot to ask from the rest of the guys because that's what 3 LANs in like a month's time. So it's a lot to ask. But we'll start practicing for iSeries, I reckon, and we hope to do very well there.
Okay, well that's great. Well, thanks a lot for joining us, and best luck for the rest of the tournament.
Could I also just say thanks a lot to the rest of the guys for sending me out here like such short notice. Really appreciate it.
Nice one. Well, I hope you don't have time for sightseeing. And all the people out there at cadwit.org, do stay tuned to the website. We're going to have more video interviews and whatnot coming over the course of the day from here at 30p LAN in Stockholm.